Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. It feels so good to be back. If you are new here, I am coming off of a 2-week break, dark week, quote unquote, is what they call it in showbiz. If you're somebody that's wondering where I've been for the past 2 weeks, then this is for you. If not, skip to the next chapter because that's where we're getting into it. If you can't skip ahead to the next chapter because you are washing dishes, doing laundry, what have you, I'm gonna make it short and sweet, so do not worry. I had to take 2 weeks off from posting, from getting online, from being present. I am not gonna cry.
5 milliseconds later.
Lord have mercy on my soul.
Here we go.
If I ever say I'm not gonna cry, I'm gonna cry. So we took a minute. Taking 2 dark weeks was primarily to, first of all, get my head on right. We're good. We're good. So the first week I took off and I, to be honest, isolated. It's what I do best when I'm going through shit. So just processing things that I'm going through. Also, I'm trying to avoid burnout, which is something that I was feeling very quickly. I was trying to push out so much content because I got caught in this comparison trap and I was comparing myself to other people who started at the same time as me, who started after me, and I was just falling into this deep, dark hole. Pause. Okay. And I felt like if I didn't take an extra week on top of the 1 week, I was just going to be right back in the same spot and my channel may have gone to shit this year. So to avoid that, we took an extra week. And between processing and just downtime, I revamped everything. Everything is planned out until the end of April. I am so excited for what is coming up the next 2 months. But more specifically for today's topic, which we're gonna get into in 1 second, I just want to end this part of the video by saying thank you so much for all of the kind comments and messages. They did not go unnoticed, regardless of whether I responded or not. So thank you. Okay, with that, what you all came here for, the mysterious case of the missing Mary Kay jacket. We're gonna get right the fuck into it, but first, we still need the disclaimers.
I feel like blessing my ride today. I know how much she like rolling. The smoke from the ties away.
Assuming you probably need a little bit more context about this missing Mary Kay suit jacket. First of all, if you don't know what a Mary Kay suit jacket is, it is a jacket that the people at the top of the Mary Kay pyramid, or MLM, as some like to refer to it as, they earn this jacket. I think they also have to purchase it once they earn the right to purchase the jacket, I guess.
What does it all mean?
I don't know a whole lot about the jacket and the jewelry that we're going to be talking about, but I did do a little bit of a shallow dive before sitting down to record this video so that we do have a little bit of background and facts. Now, this individual that we're going to be talking about in this video earned said jacket from Mary Kay, earned the right, whatever. We're just gonna say earned for the sake of brevity in this video. She earned this jacket and they had leadership in the first week of January. Remember that little tidbit. You're gonna need it.
You're the pop quiz.
So she goes to leadership and of course they all have their pink jackets. On these pink jackets are also accolades that they earned. So for these accolades, they either earn or earn the right to purchase these pieces of jewelry that they put on their jacket. Pins, brooches, if you will. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how you spell it. So that's what we're going with. This individual had quite a few of them. Some of them were bees. I love bees, so I kind of like these pins. However, I probably wouldn't spend $3,000 on one, which is what these consultants are claiming this pin is worth. They also have bar pins for each sales level they meet, and those are also complete with diamonds.
You sound skeptical.
So like I said, this individual went to leadership in January with her jacket, with her jewelry. She claims that she left her jacket in the restroom in the lobby. Now we're going to get into the deeper details with the posts and the videos this individual posted begging for her jacket, and it shows how Karen heavy Mary Kay is with these white suburbia women who feel so entitled. On February 12th, she says, "Missing Mary Kay director suit jacket. Please help." My heart is absolutely broken. I just realized when I went to put on my suit last night that it's MIA. I've torn my house apart these last 12 hours, called Uber, the hotel, and airport, and nobody has turned it in. I was in San Antonio, Texas for leadership last time I wore it on January 8th, 2025. What's the date? February 12th, 2025. Over a month later. If it's something that important to you, that valuable, that expensive of an item, don't you think it's something you would grab out of your bag and put away immediately? You would hang it in your f***ing closet? You mean to tell me that you didn't even think about that f***ing jacket filled with diamonds one time in the last 4 to 5 weeks? Now all of a sudden, over 30 days later, it's missing? Seems sketchy. But anyway, it holds 20 years of accolades, memories, hard work, and milestones that mean the world to me. I feel sick thinking it might be gone, so I'm reaching out to my Mary Kay family. Barf. If anyone happened to pick it up, see it, or hear anything about it, please reach out to me. I would be beyond grateful to have it back. I promise the reward will be very good. Winky face emoji. I'm posting a video I took at seminar in August showing off the jacket and all the years of hard work, so you can see why I would love your help getting it home. Please share and help me spread the word. Thank you so much. Praying hands emoji, heart emoji. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? So this whole thing is already out of hand. And at this point, it makes its way to Reddit, which is how I heard about it. So shout out to the individual who sent the Reddit post my way. I appreciate you so much because this is quite the conundrum that this Mary Kay consultant is in. And I have enjoyed every bit of the ride thus far. And there are tons of consultants involved now, and thrift stores, and Marriott, Bonavoy managers. It has escalated so high. Now, we're going to start reading some of the comments from her first post. And this is where we get to see how f***ing entitled these Mary Kay consultants really are. One of the first comments on this post that we just looked at is from a fellow Mary Kay sister. And she says, I'm upset that they didn't reach out to someone at Mary Kay, considering their headquarters are in Texas. They know good and well that there was a conference there. If people would take the initiative to make the extra effort to do the right thing, this could have been avoided. One phone call could have saved a lot of heartache. A lot is 2 words. A lot. I hope you have your happy ending with this. We all know how hard you work. It's a fucking suit jacket. Someone says, I second that. They should have reached out and kept it in quote unquote the family. This will be resolved. Praying it's resolved quickly. Then there's someone that suggests this, and Miss Lady Ma'am definitely ran with it. I just thought about this, but I wonder if they have video footage on the day you checked out to see who actually cleaned your room. I mean, they know who was on shift, etc. It's a fucking suit jacket. We are acting like this is our grandpa's Civil War tag. Are you fucking kidding? It's a fucking suit jacket. Do you think the Marriott security team has all the time in the world to look through their security footage to find a missing Mary Kay jacket? Are you out of your fucking mind? Reality check for you. They are busy. They got shit to do. They have guests coming in and out of there. It doesn't matter that Mary Kay is in Texas. They don't give a They got a job to do and they're probably not getting paid enough to do it anyway. But anyway, I digress. These women just absolutely ticked me off when I was reading this. And I also understand the irony because I can see how someone would be like,
You're being a Karen by calling them Karens and calling them out and blah, blah, blah.
no, I'm not. I'm calling them out on their bullshit because they are so entitled, at least judging by what I'm seeing here. So that is my opinion. But we'll carry on and you can form your own opinion. So the leader chimes in this comment thread and she says, it was left in the lobby bathroom and turned in by a sister director. They are saying security donated it to housekeeping last week because it wasn't claimed. Over 30 days later. If it was that important to you, like I said, you would have already had it hanging up in your closet with all the thousands of dollars of bumblebee pins on it. Then this one chimes in. Oh, the steps I'd take. This is all so wrong. I fully agree with the person who said look through the security footage. This is super poor business and tags Marriott Hotels. You are a large business. This is not how you are to treat customers, especially a very large, well-known company that chose your location as a hotel option. I'd hate to see how you treat your employees. Your idea of excellence is needing great improvement. You must find her jacket and all her jewelry and return it to her. I bet the news would love this story. My mom worked at a hotel cleaning and her integrity was super high. She would have handled this property and found the owner. It's kind of a no-brainer easy. It's not like you don't know it's Mary Kay. So out of touch with reality. This video is not sponsored, but I would be very, very open to it. I am a frequent Marriott Bonnevoy flyer, I guess you could say. And I will say that their service has never been poor. They've always been helpful and accommodating to me, regardless of whether I was staying there for an MLM convention or not. So shout out to Marriott Hotels because they even responded, and I can't wait to get to that part. So stay tuned for that. Secondary to that, it's not as simple as just handing a jacket with thousands of dollars of jewelry on it over to Mary Kay corporate office or even the people there running the convention. Mary Kay is a large corporation. Although you all like to say you own your own business, you don't. The fact that the headquarters is in Texas and you're not is proof enough. But anyway, I digress again. Security cannot just hand over a jacket like that or anybody's property that is turned into lost and found to anybody except the individual who lost it. They can't just go and hand it to a corporate Mary Kay employee because, like I said, it is a big corporation. They cannot trust that that corporate employee is going to get it back to the business owner that lives in Georgia. You see where I'm going there? Security can get in trouble for handing off somebody's property to somebody that might know them. Think about if it was an engagement ring, a diamond engagement ring. There was no Mary Kay jacket attached to it. Are they going to bring it back to the jeweler? Are they going to bring it back to maybe the wedding was that weekend and the engagement ring got left behind? Are they going to bring it to a wedding party member that stayed in the hotel room the floor down and see if they just hand it off to them? I would hope not. Maybe that wedding party member got in a fight with that person the night before and they're never getting that engagement ring back now. Do you see where I'm going with that? Do you see how security can get in trouble for turning somebody else's property into somebody else even though it's with the same corporation? It doesn't matter. Get a grip on reality, people. Mary Kay isn't the only thing in the world, and neither are you. Someone goes, has it even been 30 days? She goes, unfortunately, yes. Again, I go back to, wouldn't you grab something that high of value right out of your suitcase to make sure TSA didn't grab it? Some weirdo at the baggage claim didn't grab it. Like, people are wild. Every time I go anywhere, I'm opening my suitcase right away and checking to make sure at least TSA didn't go through it so that I have to make sure there was nothing missing, nothing fell out. I get there are people that don't unpack for a while, and I'm definitely one of those people. But at the very least, you're opening your suitcase to make sure your valuables made it home with you. Surely they didn't give it to housekeeping a director's jacket with diamonds on it? Ridiculous. Are you saying housekeeping can't have a Mary Kay director's jacket with diamonds on it? In order to get a Mary Kay suit jacket, you have to be a Mary Kay director or above. The average director, from what I can find, which by the way, Mary Kay's income disclosure statement is not very easily accessible for US residents. I believe the one I'm going off of is Canada because that's all I can find, which should tell you a lot. According to this Canadian income disclosure statement, the director's average income is $20,000 a year annually. The highest you can get, which is where 0.1% of Mary Kay consultants are at, makes a little over $100,000 annually. Judging by the fact that almost no one is at the top, the housekeeping that you're looking down on is making way more than you annually, especially if they're working for a big corporation like Marriott. They also have benefits, PTO, FMLA, and all of those other things that come along with a traditional job when you work for a corporation and not a pretend business that you think you own. The entitlement definitely continues with this comment. I'm so sorry this happened to you. It's just heartbreaking to think the manager didn't take the extra effort to reach out to Mary Kay and turn it over to them instead of quote unquote donating it to housekeeping. That's totally unacceptable. Praying you get it back with the jewelry. Oh, how dare they donate it to housekeeping? It was sitting there for 30 days. Do you think they just have like a floor of hotel rooms full of lost and found shit? You don't think that every business that has a lost and found at some point purges the lost and found? That is a regular thing to do when you have a lost and found. Sorry, not sorry. This is your responsibility. You left it behind in a fucking bathroom. It's your problem, not Marriott's. There were plenty of these comments on this specific post that kept going on about
the hotel should have contacted you. The hotel should have contacted Mary Kay. They should have given it to the people who were there. They should have done this. They should have done that.
all of the people who have no kind of experience in current hotel management or security, allegedly. So another person recommended that this consultant blast this on social media everywhere and tag Marriott. This is what she said. I would post this in every social media platform and tag Marriott in the post. This is how I have gotten to the top with companies in the past. This is ridiculous. This is her fault, not Marriott's. And people are getting bad at Marriott. What world are these people living in?
I live in a fantasy world.
So anyway, enough people did tag Marriott Hotels that they did respond because, like I said, their customer service is grade A and they don't let me down when I stay there. They respond and they say, hello, thank you for connecting with us. We would like to look into this for you. Can you please PM us more information, including your reservation details so we can review further? Somebody commented under this and said, please help our friend. The jacket is full of diamonds and represents a lot of hard work. A quick search on the interwebs will tell you that Marriott alone has over 8,700 properties that they manage. A missing Mary Kay St. John's Bay jacket, if you will, is not at the top of their priority list. They've got other fish to fry. Prayers for your property to be returned to you. I hope that Marriott Hotels does the right thing and helps locate this for you, as they should have reached out to Mary Kay when it was received. Get a grip, lady.
Sometimes you just lose touch with reality.
Now, under this post, the director did provide an update. Thank you will never be enough for all your help, calls, connections, and prayers. I got the sweetest call today from the general manager, Loris, and I have all of you to thank. Yes, we're going to get to that. She reached out to the general manager via email, and we're going to talk about that too. She says that Loris said she has to reach out to the director over housekeeping as well as Chuck, who is over security, and to give her a couple days for them to speak to all their staff. I was in tears talking to her, and I could hear it in her voice that she wants it returned. She understands hard work and how this represents the last 20 years I've been building my business. It's not your business. Thank you, Marriott Hotels, for helping get to the bottom of it. But for now, please keep praying the person that took it comes forward and still has it in their possession. Thank you so much for your help. It means more than you will ever know. Oh my God. Tiny violins everywhere for this I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This individual needs such a reality check that it makes me want to barf. I think the 2 weeks has made me a little bit more bitter of a person, so I'm even less holding back how I feel at this point. Ma'am, if you're watching this, go touch grass. I saw that you went on a trip. Was there not enough grass over on that vacation? Do we need to take you to Iceland where it's all nice and green? Maybe Ireland? Touch the fucking grass. It's a jacket. And yes, I understand that you believe that this jewelry is worth so much money. And I understand that you have memories. There's so fucking much more to life than a Mary Kay suit jacket, okay? Wait until you see what they're offering people for this jacket. Let's keep diving in. I do want to shout out this individual. She says, girl, this is your fault. And further proof that Mary Kay does not have your back. I applaud you. Thank you for speaking up. So about 2 days after the missing jacket post that this Mary Kay director pushed out, she came at us with another post. It's a long shot, but I've got to try. I left my Mary Kay jacket complete with 20-year accolades pinned on the outside at Marriott Riverwalk, San Antonio. A kind sister director. What in the Church of Fundamentalist Mormonism is happening here? But anyway, she goes on to say, armed. I cannot even. Armed with this photo evidence, I called the hotel, only to be told that after 30 days, they donated such items to housekeeping with no record of who might take them home. Well, bish, you should have checked your suitcase. Problem solved. You could have called them right away. They would have been like, yeah, we have it. But no, you didn't. That's your fault, ma'am. I really hope you're watching this. This is your fault, not Marriott's. Stop blaming it on Marriott. Since the jacket has a Mary Kay label inside and the director's name and number were recorded at the time it was turned in, I'm hoping to speak directly with General Manager Loris. If you know how I can reach her, please let me know, because the hotel will not connect me or give me her email. We're offering a large monetary reward, which we're going to touch on here in a minute, if the jacket is found along with the jewelry. Thank you, Marriott Hotels. Please help me find this jacket. This went on Facebook and posted the general manager's name and photo with a screenshot of her LinkedIn profile. Are we being so for real right now? We are on Honolulu again. Welcome. Aloha, if you will. When she said that she was armed with a photo, this is the photo she was referring to. They took a photo of themselves handing the jacket to security for proof. What kind of hypnosis are these Mary Kay consultants under? This is what they're worried about. This is what they are. So, like, there is a group of them. It's not just one. It's not just one. There's at least 5, because one's taking the picture. At least 5 to live a life with this being your main problem. Girl, I did thoroughly enjoy this comment left under this post, though, by somebody that said, declaring it found and in its entirety in Jesus' name. Amen. I am jealous that this is your main focus. Your main problem that you have to solve is finding your pink Mary Kay jacket. There's this unhinged comment that came from this post too. That is so wrong. You were at a company function. You're telling me no one could have reached out to the person who booked your conference? This is not acceptable, and you need to go to the top. This was Marriott, yes? There's no words. No words for that one. I just wanted to spotlight it. So, like they mentioned, they're offering a large monetary reward for this fucking Mary Kay suit jacket, you guys. Could you imagine if they put this kind of effort into actually starting a business, how successful they'd be? Like a legitimate business that's not Mary Kay, because that's not your business. So this person makes a post and tags the director in the post. It says, I know this is a long shot. I have a lot of CG friends who live in the San Antonio area and thought maybe somebody saw or heard something. My friend lost her beloved Mary Kay jacket. If anyone happens to see it at a pawn shop or anywhere, please reach out to me. Who is bringing a Mary Kay suit jacket to a pawn shop?
It's worthless.
If anything, they took the pins to the pawn shop, not the jacket. She is beyond devastated. The jacket was turned into security. However, once 30 days had passed and no one claimed it, they gifted the jacket to someone in housekeeping. The way these individuals are talking about housekeeping feels so degrading to me. Is it just me? Is it just me because I have a bitterness toward individuals that have this kind of attitude in life where they have to keep repeating that
Housekeeping was donated this jacket. It was gifted to housekeeping.
shut the up, go sit down. She has gone all the way to the top of Marriott and they are not being helpful. She has launched a police investigation. She really just wants her jacket returned. Thanks for anyone that might be able to help. Now with this post came a very expensive flyer. A flyer that cost probably way more than the jacket and all the pins on it. It's a missing flyer for a Mary Kay suit jacket.
You gotta be kidding.
I'm going to keep saying that. So they make this missing flyer. They're offering $2,500 in cash for this to be turned in. Help us find a lost Mary Kay jacket with 20 years of sentimental accolades. Last seen at Marriott San Antonio Riverwalk, 2/7/25. Oh, I thought it was 2/8. 2/7? 2/7. With security and housekeeping. Stop putting the blame on security and housekeeping. This left her jacket at the hotel lobby bathroom. It's her fault it's missing, not
Security and housekeeping.
Now, this story wouldn't be complete without a live stream of this individual begging for her jacket back.
Hey, sweet friends. Happy hump day. So I am going live, which I hesitated to do, but I've had so many of you reach out over the past week about the jacket that was left in the public bathroom at the Marriott Riverwalk in San Antonio, Texas, and turned in. And what is the latest? So
Everybody's dying to know the saga. I'm not gonna lie. These people are so entitled and annoying, but I want to know what the happened. Who has the jacket? I am so invested in this at this point.
I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for your prayers, for helping me get in contact with the right people. And so that was a big reason of why I decided to share where we are today, because I need your help. I do not have possession of the jacket. We still don't know who took the jacket.
Nobody took the jacket. Your Mary Kay's sister took the jacket and handed it into security. And then it was donated because your
Pretty face.
never checked the suitcase for it. Again, sorry, not sorry. I'd be calling myself a dumbass too.
Right now, Marriott is not claiming responsibility.
Because it's not their responsibility. And she goes into this later, but When you go and stay at a hotel, an Airbnb, wherever you're staying, you sign an agreement. And in most cases, if not all, in that agreement is the statement that they're not responsible for your lost or stolen items. That's on you. They have a safe in the room. They have a lock on the door. They have all of these things in place for you to keep your shit safe. You left it in a lobby bathroom. If somebody wanted to take it, they could have, but they gave it to security and then it was donated.
Here's where, if you don't know the story, maybe you could help with some of your contacts, because this was a jacket, a sales director suit jacket that had 20 years of accolades. So it had a little beehive full of diamond bumblebees, and then it had my 3-bar pins on it. And I am so thankful for 3 different sales directors that turned in this jacket to security when she found it in the hotel bathroom. It was in the lobby bathroom. Celeste Picardo is her name, and she is an answer to prayer because she worked in the hotel industry for 10 years. So she knew the hotel policy without ever having to read it when she checked in, which is whoever turns the jacket in, if it's not claimed, then they have to contact that person to turn it back in. Okay? So she had her name. She has 2 other witnesses that were there. I think it's Adamiris and Lucilla. They're the 2 other directors. They're from Rhode Island. And they turned it in, and she said to Jeff, the security officer, which we all seen on the photos, like we have proof that Jeff took it in, wrote down Mary Kay Corporate, wrote down their information, and after 30 days, the jacket was donated. I've heard donated, I've heard purged to the housekeeping department, which has outside contractors that they hire depending on how many people are staying. And y'all know Mary Kay Corporate, we filled up 2 hotels in San Antonio, Texas that week, and there's no surveillance cameras that I've been told of the housekeeping department. So I have spoke to Marriott Claims Department. Louis Schaefer was not the best phone call, but I'm grateful that his boss named Rosa Wong, which is also head of the claims department at Marriott.
Oh my God. She is out here naming the whole corporate lineup of employees at Marriott. If you're an employee at Marriott getting blasted because of this, I am so sorry. Anybody who's not in Mary Kay really probably doesn't give a fuck.
Did call me yesterday and just simply wanted to get the facts. She had been told that housekeeping turned it in. Marriott, housekeeping never touched my jacket. They were never in possession of my jacket until you gave it to them. And so I would love your help. A couple things. The jewelry was on anniversary years. And so some of the diamonds are not just diamonds. They've got sapphires and rubies in them. So if you are ever in the San Antonio area, or you know anybody that is in the San Antonio area, I keep thinking to myself, whoever took the jacket, if they're not willing to come forward and turn the jacket in, even though we've offered a monetary reward, I will say that posters have been put up for a reward.
Posters have been put up for a reward? Man, this is not a missing child. This is a missing article of clothing.
Excuse me, reality check here.
What would you do with a jacket that was filled with diamonds? I thought...
Okay, here's where we need to talk a little bit more about the legitimacy of the jewelry. So there's not a clear-cut answer to how much these pins are worth. I have done quite a bit of digging, and there are ex-Mary Kay consultants trying to sell this shit on Poshmark for $2,000, $3,000. It's not moving. They have to keep cutting the price. That led me to keep searching and keep hunting. I did find an article about a ring that somebody earned at Mary Kay. They were so excited about it. It was supposed to be worth like tens of thousands of dollars. I'm linking the article in the description below from Pink Truth. This was from an ex-Mary Kay consultant. They were so excited about the ring. They couldn't wait. They went up on the stage to accept the ring. They got the ring. They put it on their finger. It was too small. They had to go and get it sized. So they get home from the Mary Kay convention where they received the ring award, and they went to their local jeweler that they are familiar with and have been going to for years. And this jeweler said, "These gems are trash." And she said, "No, it's worth at least $450. He said, "Sure." So this individual goes through the rest of time that she's wearing this ring, now that it's sized to fit her finger, thinking that it is worth all of this money. She goes and she tries to sell it and was only able to get $50 from the gold. The gems were worthless. She was told that there were diamonds. So I'll just leave that there. Looking at this jewelry, it looks very cheap. So I don't know if you've ever seen the cheap engagement rings, and I'm not bashing anybody that has these. I think they're great. The engagement rings that look from far away like a big diamond, but when you get close up, it's a lot of little diamonds just put in there. Like I said, cool. But that is what these Mary Kay pieces of jewelry look like. The bars are hideous. They're just numbers with these diamonds in them. The bees are the same thing. They're cute. They're gold, and then they have the tiny, tiny diamonds in them. However, I just can't fathom them being worth $2,000, $3,000. I don't think that would be the case.
Maybe pawn stores, pawn shops. I don't know. I'm just putting this out there to give you an update, but also simply ask if you have any connections. I've had a couple people send me bumblebees that are being sold on Poshmark, but it's not a bunch. So I don't know if it's really that person or if she really was in Mary Kay. To be honest, I just had my trip of a lifetime.
I looked her up. She really was in Mary Kay because she has a whole ton of other shit that she's selling from Mary Kay. So, but again, she's trying to sell it for $3,000, but she has to keep cutting the price because it's not moving off of Poshmark.
I refuse to let this steal my joy and take away from the experience. So I really had to compartmentalize over the last 15 days and just say, I'll deal with this when I get back. But I'm back, and I've heard from Mary Kay Corporate. I've heard from Mary Kay Corporate, never got contacted. And also, I've talked to Marriott Corporate. So that is my request. If you have any connections to see where these specific pieces are.
My question is, why not then reach out to Mary Kay Corporate if they're such an amazing company and family, and explain to them the situation that you lost all of these things and you've gone through all of the avenues to get back your jacket. You've been looking for it for weeks now. See if they can maybe replace it for you since you've been with them for 20 years. But you haven't contacted Mary Kay. You're giving Marriott all of the grief about it because you left the jacket in a Marriott lobby bathroom.
Also, please be praying that Rosa Wong is able to find the facts. I've had 30 witnesses. Everything was documented. The housekeeping was never involved. And that I will continue spreading the love of Jesus through this process because this is hard, y'all. This was 20 years of hard work. And the pieces were very sentimental to me. So I know it's just a jacket. I don't care about the jacket. I care about the pieces on the jacket. So that's an update. I don't have the jacket. I have no idea of who that is. If you see anything in that area or people post online with the jacket, it's a size 2 petite. It's the crop one. And obviously it has a little beehive and it has 3 bar pins that are on it. Just blast it out in social media because y'all were amazing 15 days ago when I put this out, just asking for help at the Marriott. So again, it's the Marriott Riverwalk, and San Antonio, Texas is where the worker lives that took it, the housekeeping personnel, but we don't know who that is because they don't even know if it's employed by Marriott or could have been a contractor. I don't know. I still have some questions about how much they document because what I've been told is everything has to be written down of who took what, right? Everybody has to.
They already told you where it was. They donated it. They already told you the actions they took. They went through security. It was sitting in Lost and Found, and it wasn't claimed for 30 days. So at that point, it was donated.
Would Mary Kay be willing to replace the accolades? I could probably purchase them different pieces. Sandy asked. I haven't talked to Mary Kay about it, to be honest. I could purchase it. Like if you lose something, you can always buy another one. But these pieces were made for specific years, like the 50th anniversary and the 60th anniversary. And so they're honestly irreplaceable. There's not any extra because they only make what is earned. So it's irreplaceable.
Bullshit. Guaranteed they have a bin of them in their warehouse.
So anyway, thank y'all for being the most amazing, supportive network I have ever experienced. We were at the airport and I'm like, look at what is happening right now. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for being vigilant. If you see anything on any of the apps or shopping or people selling stuff, and I am believing that this, even if the jacket doesn't come, but the jewelry does, that it's going to come back and I'm not going to have to purchase more and I'm going to get the original pieces. So thank you for praying. Thank you for not thinking I'm crazy for being so upset about this.
I don't know who she's talking to. Must be a mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
And there'll be hopefully another update. I just sent an email to Marriott Corporate, Marriott GM, Loris, which y'all help me find, and Mary Kay Corporate. So everybody's been copied. So anyway, many of you asked about police report. It's a civil case. And cameras. That was the other question I kept getting. Was there cameras of, I've been told no. I've been told no for housekeeping. So we shall see. But but that's where I am. But thank you for sharing, being vigilant of different people posting things that may not be a Mary Kay that they're trying to sell. And I believe in the power of prayer. All right, y'all have a great day.
Nobody's out here trying to sell Mary Kay shit, really, except for the ex-Mary Kay consultants. But we have to get into the comments on this video because they are the most unhinged I've seen yet. Now, she tagged Marriott in the actual post of this video, but she didn't feel like that was enough, so she had to tag them in this comment too. She says, "Not the news I was hoping to get, Marriott Hotels. Pull security videos and check the logbook. It has to be signed in and signed out." They told you where it went. They told you where it went. After 30 days, it is donated to housekeeping. It is donated to donation centers. Wherever it went, it was donated. And at that point, it's gone. You waited between 30 to 40 days before you even realized it was gone. So under this comment, she's got a whole bunch of comments that are supporting her. "I do not feel like they are trying very hard. This is not acceptable. I can't believe they allowed this to happen. That jacket should have immediately been taken to the front desk where they should have called the person from Mary Kay that booked your event. Nothing more, nothing less. I would be emailing every person at the top of that company. Want some help? Just say the word." That's my goal and why I keep tagging Marriott Hotels, again tagged, to see who else I can talk to. Loris is the general manager of the properties, but I've only spoken to the claims department at Marriott Bonnevoy, trying to get connected with their bosses. Marriott Bonnevoy bosses? Marriott Bonnevoy bosses. Aren't they the like, that's the app that I have for my points and shit. Aren't they the bosses of the people that you're looking for? I'm so confused.
That's obvious.
Someone says, "It's so sad that they are being dishonest." Where were they dishonest? They had it for her. If she called a week before, they would have still had it. After 30 days, they donate it. Probably in the contract you signed. Not the Mary Kay contract, the Marriott contract when you booked your stay there. I loved this comment. "Lady, you're nuts if you think this is on the hotel. Y'all are seriously entitled and totally embarrassing yourselves. Half your comments and this post are blasted all over Reddit. The hotel has zero responsibility. Why was the jacket left for over 30 days in the first place? Y'all are serious Karens. Like, how are you not completely embarrassed acting this way?" And it's so fucking true. Thank you to the individual that posted this. And then that same person says, "And why the hell should they try hard when the owner of the jacket didn't make any attempt for 30 days to get it back? I seriously can't believe grown women are acting like this." Wow. Couldn't agree more. Thank you. Now, somebody replied to this individual who was basically calling all of these Karens out in the comments and said she did not realize it was missing until her next event. The jacket is not something you wear every day, just for Mary Kay events. With all due respect, anyone who has earned all of the jewels attached to the jacket would be heartbroken and would completely understand. If you don't, then you don't. And that's okay. I'm just praying that the person who has it will have a heart and return it, at least the jewels. The person responded and said, "I understand the loss of the sentiment with the item, but that just drives the point more. It's not the hotel's job to hold on to things for 30 days just because it might be sentimental to someone. If it was such a treasured item, why wouldn't she call before a whole month went by? To blame the hotel is a Karen move." Yes. Bravo. Thank you. What else do you want them to do? Conduct a torture inquisition? So true. You want them to pull in each housekeeping person that may have received the jacket somehow and ask them where they were on February 8th at 2:00 in the afternoon when the jacket went missing? Let's be realistic here. This is real life, not Mary Kay land. There's this comment. "Please keep sharing this and keep tagging Marriott Hotels and the San Antonio Riverwalk. Negative press is not good and sometimes moves things faster." In my opinion, allegedly, I am a bigger fan of Marriott at this point because they aren't playing these games. They aren't going to take the blame for your missing shit. You forgot it. It was 30 days. As a courtesy, they hold on to it for 30 days. I can almost guarantee that this Mary Kay missing jacket isn't gonna hurt Marriott at all. Not even in the least. It might even help them. Who's going to stay to Marriott now? I am. Another entitled Karen who says, "I honestly can't believe as much money as Mary Kay and all of our sales force feeds into their hotels that they wouldn't have more respect for us than that. Lots of prayers that someone does the right thing." Respect? They respected your shit enough to keep it in their possession for 30 days, waiting for you to call for it. And then they donated it because they don't have room for your shit. Now, you might be wondering, why didn't the Mary Kay consultant that found it return it to the individual, especially if, like, they claim the name and number is inside the jacket, which I have a hard time believing. Are we in preschool? So this person says, why didn't the fellow Mary Kay rep that found it just hang on to it, knowing how valuable it was? And being in the hotel industry herself, though she was doing the right thing, lost items hardly ever get returned. Praying you find at least your emblems. I'm only an hour from San Antonio. I'll do some research, which is very kind of this person. I don't believe they're in Mary Kay, which is either here nor there at this point. But like she said, lost items hardly ever get returned. So to that, the director says, I didn't know how close you were, but thanks for keeping your eyes and ears open. So-and-so turned it in to security because it was the day before the conference ended and she thought I would run back downstairs to grab it when I didn't have it the following day or closing ceremony, which would make sense because, like I said, if it's something that important to you, you're gonna realize that it's gone. It's missing. You don't have it on your person. I flew out that evening and didn't stay for the last day, so that's the only reason she turned it in. If this is something that is that valuable to you and it has the consultant's name and phone number inside the jacket, the consultant should have brought it to you, but still not Marriott's fault. The consultant could have had the courtesy to bring it to you or contact you. However, that's also not their job. So it's not on them that it's missing either. So don't blame anybody but the consultant that left it in the Marriott lobby bathroom. Somebody asked, have you filed a police report? When you sign at check-in to hotels, you agree to their policies. So police can't help me at this point. Trust me, I've tried. Nobody stole your jacket, so you wouldn't be able to make a police report anyway. You could report it missing. However, it's not any longer. It was missing. It was in lost and found until the 30-day mark, and now it's somebody else's property. There was somebody else that called her out and said, how do you walk out of a bathroom without a jacket with accolades and not notice it for 30 plus days after? This was the best one. The best one. Possibly the most entitled white suburban Karen I've ever came across in a Mary Kay community. This breaks my heart for you. If you had to replace the bees, would it be a lot of money? I just am sick. Someone is wearing your bees or sold them for drugs.
Drugs! Various drugs!
Sold Mary Kay bee pins for drugs. Touch grass. Now, these last two comments that we're going to read are of two people who are also calling the individuals out. Why didn't you contact the hotel the 30 days from when you left the jacket? And if this was so valuable, how on earth would you even forget it in the lobby bathroom of all places? Newsflash, hotels aren't responsible for your belongings. I saw this on Reddit and didn't believe it was real because it's so ridiculous how entitled you and your Huns are being. Posting pics of the GM's LinkedIn like, lady, are you serious? This is next level, Karen. This one was a little less harsh, a little less of my approach. Y'all are being crazy over this. I get this means a lot to you, but shitting on this hotel that's done everything they were A, supposed to do according to policy, B, going above and beyond and offering a reward and so much help. Let's not forget you are the one who left it and then waited a whole month and now you're making a big stink. This was never the hotel's responsibility to track down you, a Mary Kay rep, or anyone else. So there was an update posted to Reddit about 10 days ago. And again, I'm recording this on March 11th. So that had to be around March 1st. And I'm guessing that this information was all posted in this individual stories because when I went to look yesterday, this information was no longer available. So I'm pretty positive it was on stories. But anyway, there are a couple of screenshots that I'll share here as I'm talking. On the updated Reddit post, it says, the director jacket has not been found. The director has put together her appraisals on the jewelry and her estimated value is $18,000. She heard back from the hotel and they offered her Marriott points. She will not accept Marriott points. Anyway, do I think it's worth $18,000? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She did share an appraisal, but this appraisal is not hers. We don't know if it's a legitimate appraisal or not. It did state that one of the bees is worth $2,075. I don't know if I believe that. This could just be a copy of an appraisal's letterhead with the middle photoshopped. We don't know, right? I don't believe these pins are worth even $100, if I'm being honest. But aside from that fact, Sharing somebody else's appraisal means nothing. Even if you were to have the same engagement ring, we'll go back to that because that is the most common thing people are getting insured, appraised, whatnot. You need to make sure that even if you have the same layout, the same everything as somebody else's engagement ring, same carriage count. What is that called? Same carat amount, same gold, same prongs, same everything. The setting is identical. The diamonds are identical, but no diamond is identical. And that's the important part. So you have to have each piece of jewelry appraised separately because something could be worth $2,000 and something that looks exactly the same could be worth $20. It doesn't matter that somebody had this appraisal that, again, we don't know if it's real, that said it's worth $2,075. It doesn't matter because it wasn't yours. And furthermore, she admitted that she never insured these pieces of jewelry that are supposedly tens of thousands of dollars worth of diamonds. Let me tell you the first thing I did when I got my engagement ring. Do you want to know? Do you want to guess? I insured that fucking shit. That's what you do when you get an expensive piece of jewelry, especially if it contains real diamonds. But to each his own, right? These people are so out of touch with reality that they probably don't know that that is the way of doing things in the world. Anyway, that's where we're at. We still don't have the jacket. I will provide an update for you if I get one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have an update. It turns out that our friend here did, in fact, find her jacket. Well, she didn't technically find her jacket, but anyway, let's listen to the story of how her jacket and the bees and the bars all made it back home.
Hi, friends. Alrighty, it is March 13th. Many of you have been on this journey of helping me find my Mary Kay jacket, not necessarily the jacket, but the jewelry attached to the jacket, since I discovered it was missing on February 11th, I believe it was. Was it the 11th? I think so. And I have to tell you, in the last 24 hours, some really good stuff has happened. And I have 4 pages of notes of women and men that have helped me with this journey. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Are they all getting free facials now because they've helped you find your Mary Kay jacket? I cannot. Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
For encouraging me to not lose hope, your sweet little messages behind the scenes, and for those of y'all that made awesome connections. It started with Loris, the GM of the Marriott. And if you don't know the story, I was careless, I'm first to admit, and in a rush to catch an Uber on the end of our leadership in San Antonio, Texas, and left in the bathroom, the public restroom of the hotel Marriott, my jacket. And the jacket's not really what's significant. It's the 20 years of accolades attached to the jacket, which is around $19,000 of gold and diamonds. And they have so much sentimental value.
Like we said already, how do we know it's really worth that much? Because Mary Kay told you. We've already seen one person in this video who was also told that her ring was worth tens of thousands of dollars at some point, and when she sold it, she only was able to get $50 because the stones in the jewelry were worthless. Let's not forget that.
And so when I discovered it was missing for an event, I only wear this jacket for events. So when I discovered it was missing a month later, I realized, or I learned that Marriott had donated my jacket, even though...
I don't know why she keeps quoting donate. They donated your jacket because you didn't claim it after 30 days. Apparently it wasn't that valuable to you if you waited 30 days to even realize it was missing.
Sweet sales directors had turned in my jacket with their information as well as Mary Kay. So I've learned a lot in this process, and I'll share all the things that I feel like any of us that have jewelry need to know, because it's been a huge learning lesson. But last night I got a text message with a printout after many of y'all shared my flyer of the missing jacket and just said, please put it out, please translate it. Delia, I don't even know, I think she's up in Maine, translated it, and I saw that it's like shared 38 times. So to different people that speak Spanish. So I was so grateful that so many of you shared, even though we might not share the same language. And I got a picture of a printout on a legal sheet of paper with diamonds on it. It had a couple B's. It had one $850,000 bar pin and a total of 7 B's. So she said, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I feel like I know where your jewelry is. And tears just started flowing because God has been in the details.
Somebody anonymously messaged her. I hope to God this individual that messaged her is getting the $2,500 that was on the flyer, because hello, false advertisement.
I just feel like there are so many God moments in all of this. And the coolest part is, I don't know, there's so many cool parts. Since last night, I told her I do not want anybody to get in trouble. I just simply want the jewelry back. So to build her trust when she didn't speak the same language was a little bit of a challenge last night, but I just gave it to God before I went to bed. And I just prayed that her heart would soften to hear what I wanted to share, even if it was from someone other than me, because I can communicate with her. And because that sweet officer at the police department agreed after I called 3 different times to file a claim, the third person finally said yes. So don't give up. If there's something that you want, don't give up.
3 different times she called the police department and they finally said, yes, we'll take on the case of the missing Mary Kay jacket at the Marriott Hotel. They were bored or they wanted something to talk about. I would love to be a fly on the wall at that police department while this was going on.
And this morning I was assigned a officer, a detective, and we have talked a total of 11 times today. He has driven to the pawn shops. He's gone to Marriott. He's talked to the people that have blocked me. He's done all the things. And so right now he has in his possession 7 of the 8 bumblebees. And get this, last night I only saw 1 bar pin, which I was tickled to death because I would take any of it back. It didn't, obviously I want it all back, but 1 was better than none. And he got all 3 bar pins, y'all, all 3 bar pins. So I'm so excited. So thank you from the bottom. It was this, at the pawn shop, the lady that maybe saw it, I don't think she worked there, but saw it, snapped a picture and had somebody in Mary Kay and her family, shared the picture with her friend. And then the friend shared it with a coworker. And then the coworker saw the flyer that y'all shared yesterday. That's how all this worked.
So crazy. Like, this is such a spiral that we've gone on. And she finally finds all this stuff and it's at a pawn shop. I still don't believe it's at a pawn shop. I don't even know if there really is a detective involved. Do you think that that is even possible? I cannot. This is real life. This is what we're dealing with.
So it is so exciting. We don't know what, he is on his way to the lady because there's video footage. Obviously, if you take something to a pawn shop, there's video footage of you turning it in and only 1 B is missing at this point. So,
but this lady didn't do anything wrong. You did. You left your jacket there for 30 plus days without claiming it. So it was donated. This individual received it that way. She didn't take it. She didn't do anything wrong. You couldn't have gotten anybody in trouble regardless of if you wanted to get them in trouble because nobody did anything wrong. It was now their property. And now you're having a detective go to their house and take it back. It's just, this is such a fucking shit show.
He said, my gut is she kept 1 for herself. I know, Bridget, praise the Lord. Thank you for being one of my encouragers. And so because I filed the police report and there was intent to prosecute, key verbiage here.
Intent to prosecute? Who the is going to rule in a case that somebody stole something of yours? You left it. You agreed that the hotel was not responsible for your lost property when you booked your hotel, when you got there and checked in for your stay and signed the terms and conditions. You agreed to that. So you would have lost anyway. You would have wasted a ton of money on this case that you want to prosecute somebody. And it would have been for nothing because nobody did anything wrong except for you, again, for leaving the jacket in the public fucking restroom of a Marriott hotel.
I don't have to buy it from the pawn shop. They are confiscating it. But here is what I've learned today from the amazing officer, detective, that I want to, I'm like, can I please send you dinner? Can I please send you a bottle of champagne? Please let me send you something. He's been doing this a long time. So here is what he shared in the beginning this morning before he went on this wild goose chase in San Antonio. Is that because of a previous lawsuit a few years ago of a unfaithful man and the woman hiring a detective and the hotel giving the detective the video footage, no longer are there video cameras except for the entrance, the exit, and the front desk at hotels. So he said, honestly, they were being honest when they said there's not video footage because a few years ago they had to take all that down.
There's so many pockets to this story that I can't keep up.
learn that. Okay, so be mindful of your cameras. I can't believe that he won that court case, but he did. He won that court case. And it is, there really wasn't video footage of.
Did you see the death stare she gave her son in the background who walked by? Holy shit.
The incident being taken, or not the incident, the jacket being taken. The other thing is, when you find something, never give it to hotel security, ever. They are legally responsible only if you give it to the concierge, like you are checking a coat or you're checking your bag to come back and get it when your room is ready. Legally, that's the only, unless you have that claim ticket, it's the only way the hotel's legally responsible. But here is a PSA announcement, specifically for Mary Kay people. If you find a Mary Kay item, do not give it to anybody, hold on to it, or give it to Mary Kay staff. Do not give it to anybody outside of our people bubble.
If that doesn't scream cult, I don't know what else would. She just told everybody on this live stream that nobody outside of the Mary Kay bubble can be trusted.
Because we've learned the hard way, they can't be trusted, right? Not for everybody, but this was a hard lesson to learn. And so I just wanted people to know that. Also, check your insurance policy. I have shared about that. You got to itemize your jewelry. Mine was over $3,000. I thought it was per piece. It's a blanket policy. So if you need help with that, let me know. I've done a lot of research on insuring all the jewels. And so at this point, he is, like I said, going to contact. She is not employed by Marriott.
I'm requesting an update to hear how much these are appraised for. I would love an update.
So, he's trying to figure out, was she one of the contractors? Was she not one of the contractors? Was her friend working there, a family member, and gave it to her to go pawn? But anyway, there's more to this story, but it doesn't matter because 7 of the bumblebees and all 3 bar pins are now in my sweet detective's possession. And he has literally been chasing rabbits all day long. So anyway, good news. We still don't know where the jacket is. She might have the jacket. But I have a sweet friend that has actually already put a jacket in the mail for me, for career conference. So Christine, I love you. And I just have to say thank you for using your voice on social media, for sharing, for connecting me. I had a private investigator friend that lived next door to me. I had no idea she was a private investigator. I mean, there were so many things that I just felt your love and your compassion and your sympathy, even though this was, quote, a jacket and just jewelry. It was so much more. It was so much more to me. So thank you for standing in the gap, watching me absolutely bawl my eyes out, fight with Marriott, all the things, and give me strength through this journey. So I'm excited to say that I think it's almost done. And we can move on to something way more exciting than fighting Marriott and their staff, right?
Again, Marriott did absolutely nothing wrong here. Not a singular thing did they do wrong.
So anyway, I love y'all. Thanks again. I can't wait to share a picture of it when it's on his desk. I've got a ton of paperwork to do right now before our lacrosse game tonight, but I know God is good. God is so good. So y'all sing it with me. God is in the story. He's in the details. And I just want to say thank you for being in mine. All right. Love y'all. See you later. Bye, friends.
All right, so there's our update. She is getting her jewels back. I guess we don't have a jacket, but the jewels are what matters, right? Because those are the tens of thousands of dollars that she thinks she has in jewels. She wants those back. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I have some bad news. TikTok Hates Your Bullshit is on a hiatus. For now. Until at least the end of April. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I am trying to avoid burnout, and in an attempt to make that happen, I had to cut some things, and TikTok Hates Your Bullshit was one of them for now. Like I said, I am getting ahead on the channel for real now, like really ahead, and hopefully we'll be bringing that or some kind of palette cleanser back in the future. So I apologize. I'm so sorry. Please just bear with me. I promise. Things are going up from here. And with all of that said, again, thank you so much for bearing with me through the 2 dark weeks that I took, through all of the up and down and uncertainty of my posting schedule. Things are going to be much smoother from here on out. It's going to be amazing. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.
Someplace I could hide away. I feel like blessing my ride today. I feel like blessing my ride.